Good morning, everybody. How you doing? I need more coffee. I go through about 6 pots of this before my heart starts beating. Okay, listen. I keep getting this one question sent to me over and over again by a few different people, and I've never really known exactly how I should answer it, but I'm going to do my best. Basically, people want to know if I believe that we were born gay or not, and quite honestly, I don't give a shit. I do have to admit that I get a little worried whenever I see gay people desperately trying to find some proof that we were actually born gay. I've been quoted as saying this a few times, but the second that they actually figure out what causes us to be gay, sadly that's the moment that the extermination begins. Back in the 90s, when they started finding all these tiny little genetic markers that would suggest that we actually were born gay, a lot of gay people, of course, got up and cheered and said, this is great, now people will start to accept us. When actually what happened was all the people who were spending all of their time and energy saying that we chose to be gay and therefore deserved their scorn and discrimination, they just turned around and said, well, alcoholics and kleptomaniacs, they're born alcoholics and kleptomaniacs, but they've learned to control their desires and their impulses, so gay people should too. You see, here's the reason. They don't actually care that we're gay, they care that we're different. They just want us to stop being different. And if we can just act the same, well, that's going to have to be good enough for them.
Honestly, I think that spending too much time caring about why you're gay or what made you gay, well, it's kind of irrelevant.
Because let's face it, nobody gives a shit. All about creating fear. It's all about creating hysteria. You see, if I was a politician or the leader of a church and I needed donations, money, probably a really good way of doing that is to drum up a whole lot of fear. Like the gay people coming to get your kids and convert them. Now, if they're born that way, well, there's that fear gone. It occurs to me that nobody was born Christian. They all chose that. But nobody's ever been actually out there looking for a cure for that. Else that kind of bugs me when people talk about how being gay is not a choice is that very often they wind up sounding like they're victims. Like we feel like we've been stricken with some kind of illness, that if we could choose to be rid of it, that we would, but we can't, and therefore you should feel sorry for us. I don't feel sorry for gay guys at all. I'm perfectly happy being exactly what I am, I would prefer to be maybe a little bit taller. I'd prefer to maybe be a little bit, actually I think I kind of like myself just how I am. Okay, I'll take tall. Ultimately, the answer to the question is yes. I do believe that I was born gay. So what? If I wasn't born gay, I should still have every right to make every decision to live my life on my own terms and decide how I want to do it. It shouldn't be anybody else's right to decide how I should live my life. I'm nobody's victim. In the end, I just want to live my life the way that I see fit, not the way that everybody else sort of thinks that they can come up with a consensus and vote on as the properly expected and accepted way for me to carry on my life. I hope that answers your question. Keep sending me more.